Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Why are the United States of America so interested in having Sweden join NATO? NATO is an organization, defense organization, that has no leader, we're told. We're told that each country, each member state, has an equal voice. But why is only one country, the United States of America, that is so interested in, for instance, having Sweden join NATO and not, let's say, Bulgaria? Bulgaria is a NATO state member. Romania is one. Hungary is one. Czech Republic, Slovakia. I haven't heard any of these countries or the Baltic states saying, let's say, to Turkey, Turkey, I urge you to accept Sweden into NATO. Do something about it. Why is it the United States? Well, for those people who are just still deluded and think that this is an organization which you have all these countries equal in NATO, I am sorry to break the news. It's the one country and the rest are just filling the numbers. So it's like you have a thug, and the thug doesn't want to be pointed out as being a thug. And he's going to say, well, actually we are an alliance, and we all together, in the name of the good, we're going to rob this guy this time. And then when we're done with that, I take everything, give you a little bit here. And then when I decide it's time to rob another one, we're going to get, as an alliance, allies, to rob the other country. And after that, I get the spoils, I give you a little bit of the crumbs, and so on. Well, if you think it's not like that, then I don't know what to tell you. Here we have an example, and you're going to see it, because I've never heard, let's say, the Bulgarian Minister of Defense or the President of Bulgaria calling on Erdogan and say, Erdogan, I urge you to accept Sweden into NATO. Never heard that. I hear only one country, and that is the same one always. I have here two articles. One, we have the US Defense Minister or Secretary of Defense, General Lloyd Austin. Mr. Lloyd Austin is a general. He was in the US military. Then he kind of retired. After kind of retired, he took a job in the Raytheon company. That's a company that makes weapons. And then he was picked and dropped as the Secretary of Defense of the United States of America. Has no connection with anybody. He was on the board of directors over there. Well, that guy urges a sovereign independent country of Turkey, urges to accept Sweden, to have them in. And then we have something else. We have even Blinken, who's the Secretary of State of the United States of America, a mediocrity by listening and seeing him behave. He is a mediocre person in his job, but probably he's doing the right job for people who appointed him over there and pushed him forward. Mr. Blinken, who's the Foreign Minister of the United States, let's put it this way for people who say, Secretary of State, what the hell is that? Foreign Minister, like Lavrov, like Giardo, like Dr. Jai Shankar, and so on. Not the same level though, but that's what we got. These are our players. So he tells, again, Turkey that they should, speed up the process, man. And this is like you in the neighborhood who have an association, and you have a problem with someone who wants to join the association. And I don't have a problem with that guy. He doesn't have enough. Only you have a direct problem. You guys are neighbors somehow, and you say, no, I don't want Gigi to be part of the association until, according to the rules of the association, he has to satisfy your requirements. Otherwise, you will say no. And if you say no, Gigi is not going to be part of the association. That's how it works. And I come as not as the chief or the whatever of the association. I'm just another guy in the association, like another NATO member. And I come to you and say, I urge you to allow Gigi to come in. And you say, but wait a little bit, Emil. This guy did not fulfill the requirements. Never mind. I tell you, you should do that. No, you tell me if that's a equal on equal relation or it's an attempted subordinate boss relationship. So let me show you these two articles. This one comes, as I said, from Reuters, but let's start with the other one. It's more tasty or tastier. Reuters, and this is from Friday, which probably was almost a week ago. 4 days, 5 days. I sat on it. I was waiting for another one. Another one was right here. Came today, June 21st. So let's start with Mr. Austin. This is the guy. Yeah, goofy looking. Pentagon chief urges Turkish counterpart on Sweden's NATO entry. Urges. First, it's none of your business, my boy. You have nothing to say. And why is it always you? U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said he urged Turkey to allow Sweden's entry into NATO during an introductory meeting on Friday with his new Turkish counterpart during a gathering of NATO defense ministers in Brussels. But why do you urge Turkey and why don't you urge Sweden? Tell Sweden, do what Turks want, and then the Turks will say yay. Why do you go to the Turks? Why should they bend over? You know why, right? And I'm quoting, my purpose in the meeting him today was an introductory meeting, just to congratulate him on being installed as Minister of Defense. Of course, I seized every opportunity to encourage him to move forward and approve the accession of Sweden. But if Sweden did not meet the requirements of Turkey, you should talk to Sweden, Austin told a press conference at NATO headquarters. But it's a very short meeting and I don't have anything to report out from that. Okay, so again, I haven't heard Bulgaria telling the Turks to hurry up, boys. Now we go to this one. This is again from Reuters. Today, 21st of June 2023, Blinken encourages Turkish counterpart to support Sweden's NATO bid. And the Turks would say, yes, but Sweden is the BSer here because doesn't want to do what we asked them to do. Why don't you talk to them? And on the other hand is, what the hell are you? Who the hell are you actually? As I said, why is not France urging everybody? U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken encouraged, you know what those things are, encouraged, and the other word is just, help them, encourage. They're encouraging. Well, this is a weasel way of saying do it or else. But they can't do anything to Ankara. They already tried in 2016 and nothing came out of it. So they're out of cards, no more. To support Sweden in its bid to join NATO in a meeting with the Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan on Wednesday. Turkey has objected to Sweden's bid to join the Western military alliance. Western, so it's a Western. Why it's the United States? Always talking about it, citing security concerns. Well, talk to Swedes. Say, guys, meet Turkey's security concerns. Why do you talk to the Turks? But members of the bloc have expressed hope that it will become a member in time for a mid-July summit in Vilnius. Why did they express hope if the Swedes did not meet the requirements? Don't express anything. Pressure the Swedes. How about that? In a meeting with Fidan on the sidelines of the Ukraine Recovery Summit in London, Blinken stressed the importance of NATO unity. I never heard Bulgaria stressing that importance. At a critical time, he's a spokesperson, Matthew Miller. Oh, hello, Matthew person, how are you doing? And I'm quoting, Blinken also encouraged Turkey's support for Sweden to join the NATO alliance now. Oh, well. So this is the way it works. When they tell you it's us, it's not us, it's them. It's one country in particular, with the guys behind and all that who take care of stuff. Okay? And then it has its own group, its own gang. That's how it is. It's a gang with a chief. That's what it is. And they go around the neighborhood and they bring democracy and freedom and they tell them what they don't do good. And if you don't do what I tell you to do, he's going to jump on you with his gang to make sure that you're doing that because it's for your own good. Bring you freedom and democracy. You don't want it, but I'm going to bring it to you. You don't want some loving? I'm going to give you some loving. Hey, that's rape. Is it? But we are an alliance here. So it's going to be a gang rape? Jesus Christ. It's just so obvious. And this is not only about the United States and NATO. The same thing they're trying to do with the European Union. The same thing. This group of countries, about 30, 35, something like this, you will always see them at United Nations being like a block, voting in block. Whenever you hear, oh, United States, United Nations has support for something like this, about 40 countries, you know that's the club. That's the gang. Maybe a few others, Palau and Zapalau and Tsupulupu Lapalapa, little things, and then make it to 40, 45. But the core is this gang. Always. Watch it. Sometimes one goes out because it's against really its own interests and so on, like really bad, but the one plus minus doesn't really matter. But you're always going to hear 40 countries, about 40 countries, more than 40 countries, 50 countries, rarely. And this is the gang, always. And they say, that's 40. Was the same club. The same club who tries to say, see, we're going that way. You're just 40 out of 193. So you got 153 countries over there. So you're nobody. You're just what? Not even a quarter? Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is it, my friends. Only United States urges everyone. And everybody's listening. So you tell me it's an alliance? It's not an alliance. That's clearly a gang. That's clearly a plantation. And the master is the United States of America. What the hell is so hard? And they use all kind of euphemisms and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is this. Tell me when was the last time when Romania or Bulgaria or Czech Republic said something and the United States said, yes, we're doing it. We don't like it, we're going to do it. Tell me when they came with an idea. Ever? I haven't heard any. Like they come with an idea and NATO goes that way. Never heard it. It's always coming from one country. Sometimes Great Britain is allowed to utter some, can we do it that way? Hey, I think we're going to do this. It was my idea. That's how it works. Just pay attention. It's you don't have to stay around, I don't know, 20 years to watch this. 1 year, 1 year and a half. It's enough for you to educate or see the, how should I put it? See the patterns. But pay attention, memorize it, and you're going to see the patterns. And you're going to understand the dynamics on this and why 150 other countries, more or less, are against this and they don't want to live like this. Because it's a hegemony. And the hegemony is one country through all these guys, the gang. But they give the illusion that they're an alliance and they see, we have 40 going this way, let's go. No, 153 go that way. You're a minority. We are going to isolate you. What are you talking about? You are 30 countries, 40 at the most. Actually, it's only one. But anyway, you isolate the 150? Under what kind of logic? The new logic, which is very, very much European logic. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.